Hey guys, what is going on? So today we got my NFL awards. I guess you could say they're my predictions, but I'm really just picking who I think should win these awards in this video. So let's start things off with the Offensive Rookie of the Year. So the two names that are up in the air, or the two names that are up for debate for this award are Mac Jones and Ja'Marr Chase. So some people may say that the Offensive Rookie of the Year award has kind of, become a quarterback award. Like in Zeke and Dak's rookie season, Dak won the award. I was kind of surprised because I thought Zeke would have won because he had a crazy season, his rookie season. But it's not that Dak didn't deserve it. And I guess you could say that, being a rookie quarterback is maybe harder than being a rookie running back in the NFL. But this year, in my opinion, Ja'Marr Chase should most definitely win this award. Ja'Marr made his team way better, way more better than Mac Jones made the Patriots, in my opinion. Ja'Marr just made the Bengals so much better. He literally helped them get to the Super Bowl. If they drafted so well, I don't think the Bengals would be in the Super Bowl. And in my opinion, Ja'Marr was a top 3 wide receiver in the league at the end of the season. Once the season is over, looking back on it, Ja'Marr's a top 3 wide receiver in the league. Heading into next season, he's a top 3 wide receiver in the league. So in my opinion, Ja'Marr has to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Next, we got the Defensive Rookie of the Year award, and this one is pretty obvious, guys. Guess who I'm going to say? Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is going to win this award. I just don't think this is really a debate at this point. Just insane rookie year for him. So yeah, Defensive Rookie of the Year is Micah Parsons. Some people are saying he should win Defensive Player of the Year, but we're going to get to that in a couple picks. So just stay tuned for that. So next we got the Coach of the Year award, and I'm between picking LaFleur and Vrabel, but I am going to have to go with Vrabel for this award. Both these teams were number 1 seeds in the NFC and AFC, like Titans in the AFC, obviously Packers in the NFC, but I just feel like Vrabel was able to do more with a roster that wasn't as good as the Packers roster. Both these teams, unfortunately, faced a lot of injuries to their players. Green Bay Packers had a ton of players injured. Titans had a ton of players injured. Titans had more players, I think, than the Packers injured, though. The Titans had a crazy amount of injuries, especially when Derrick Henry went down. This team was just able to continue winning. Titans were just able to persevere when the best player on their team went down. They were able to just stay on track and still get that number 1 seed. So I got to give Vrabel the Coach of the Year award. Next, we got the Defensive Player of the Year. And who I have winning the Defensive Player of the Year is TJ Watt. I feel like you got to go TJ Watt here. He tied Michael Strahan's sack record with 22.5 sacks this season. He legit led this Steelers team to the playoffs alongside this defense because Big Ben most definitely did not lead this Steelers team to the postseason. He kind of held them back. But remember that playoff game? TJ Watt scored the first touchdown of that game. Steelers Chiefs. TJ Watt scored a touchdown before Mahomes in that game. Whoa. Next, we got the Offensive Player of the Year. And this award is really tough this year. This award, I don't know. This award is really tough to decide this year. So we have Cooper Kupp and Jonathan Taylor in my head. Those are the two guys who I'm between picking for this award. I would honestly love for this to be a tie. Can there be ties? Because both these guys really deserve this award. Taylor, he averaged over 100 rushing yards per game this season, but Kupp also averaged over 100 receiving yards per game this season, which makes this so tough because both these guys are playing insane football this year. But if I had to choose one player, I would love to do a tie. Let me just say that. I would love to do a tie. Can there be a tie? Could there actually be a tie tonight? I don't know that. I should have looked that up before this, but okay, if I can't do a tie, I would have to go with Jonathan Taylor. Just because I feel like he really carried this Colts team. I feel like the Rams offense kind of had a good amount of good players on this offense. Robert Woods before he was injured, then Odell Beckham Jr., Matt Stafford, that connection he had with Cooper Kupp really helped Cooper Kupp's game too. Not to take anything away from Cooper Kupp because he did play outstanding and insane this season, but I just feel like Jonathan Taylor did more to put the team on his back. He carried this Colts offense because Carson Wentz didn't have the worst statistical season, but he made some bad mistakes, and Jonathan Taylor just did so much in the run game and the pass game for this Colts team. I mean, he was this offense. Jonathan Taylor was this offense. So I gotta give the Offensive Player of the Year award to Jonathan Taylor. Next, we have the Comeback Player of the Year. And you guys know what I'm going to say here. It has to be Joe Burr. I mean, it has to be. In week 11 of last season, he didn't just tear his ACL. He also tore his MCL. He had a partial tear of his PCL and a partial tear of his meniscus. And let me repeat, that was week 11. That was more than halfway through the season. People were questioning if he was going to be 100% week 1 this year. And he was. He's going to the Super Bowl now. Like, that is the most insane comeback like ever, especially because he was getting sacked a ton still this year with a knee that was coming off a major injury, multiple tears in his knee, still getting sacked a ton, but still making it happen for this Bengals offense. Like, Joe Burr should be the unanimous Comeback Player of the Year, in my opinion, because that comeback story, insane. Next, we got the MVP. And this is between Rodgers and Brady for me. And this is tough. So Tom, he had more touchdown passes than Aaron Rodgers this year. But Brady also had more interceptions than Rodgers this year. Tom Brady also had a lower completion percentage than Rodgers. But overall, I think Brady's stats were better than Rodgers this year because Brady led the league in a lot of, passing stats. So he definitely had a very good statistical season. But the thing is this, it's not all about statistics when it comes to MVP. MVP is the most valuable player. Like, which player was able to elevate their team the most? Like, which player really just willed their team to victory and put the team on their back the most? And if you ask me that, I feel like Brady carried the Bucs more than Rodgers carried the Packers this past season. I mean, there were a lot of games where Brady was throwing like 4 touchdowns, and he needed to throw 4 touchdowns for the Bucs to win, because remember how many injuries that Bucs defense had. Like, the Bucs had a lot of high-scoring games this past year, so Brady needed to perform, and he did. So I would give it to Brady this year. I think he was the more valuable player this year than over Rodgers. I think Brady was more valuable to the Bucs than Rodgers was to the Packers. Rodgers still had a great season. Like, I'm not saying he didn't have a really good season. He did. But actually, I don't think his numbers were as good as last season, but last season was like crazy. Like, Rodgers was definitely the MVP last season. This could go either way, in my opinion. I'm not sure who's going to win MVP. It's going to be Brady or Rodgers, but I'm not sure who's going to win. So, with that being said, that is it for this video, guys. Let me know who you think is going to win these awards. I'm curious. If you just want to let me know MVP, that's cool. If you just want to let me know, like, Offensive Player of the Year, or if you want to let me know them all, let me know in the comments down below. I appreciate you guys. Oh, secret word. If you watched to the end, I almost gave the peace sign without the secret word. The secret word is Joe Burr unreal knee. That's a phrase. I mean, his knee is unreal. Joe Burr, unreal knee. That doesn't make sense, but if you watch to the end, I appreciate you. All right, guys, peace.